Howdy, folks. This is Al, and it's time to do the moonwalk. Yeah, hats mod. Gotta love it. This is one of my favorite hats. Not the ultimate, but it's pretty good because moonwalker. So we're back here on the Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved server, Patreon server for Hey Yorkie, and it's expert mode all day long. Which yeah, whooping me. It's pretty beefy, as I've said before. I have gotten a few things started and going. Got my scarecrow in, to keep the crows away because there's a lot of crows. But anyway, my collection of heads, and I'm going to eventually use on Thaumcraft. And yeah, just a real quick look around. You looking good? Oh, you've got no food. We need to get you some food. So I did bring a little bit of slime water in down here just because I want to eventually get it to where I can have a slime farm going at all times, but I basically just leave it going right now just because, no good reason. I want to have slimes, and I want to get king slimes as well. I've killed 2 king slimes, and I've gotten this really nifty longsword, and then I've gotten a sign. Yeah, battle sign, but still, it's a sign. Yeah. So I've been growing a lot of birch, as you can tell. It grows pretty quickly, so I'm happy with that. Using a lot of birch in my building, and birch and spruce, I think, as in this case. So get up a little bit higher where you can see it. This is basically a little work shed. There's not much to it. It's for the farmer, and the farmer's the guy that's running this area over here. Now, right now, that's me. But in the greater mindset, hopefully it'll be, you're thinking role play wise that there's somebody else, and so there's his little, there's his bed, and that's all he gets because he's a farmer, and that's it. He gets a bed and some tools. I keep my Agricraft barrel filled up using an infinite water source and a liquid transfer node. I also put this here because I needed a tank full of water to make obsidian in my smeltery. I'd made enough earlier, but then I needed more to make some other things. So, yeah, nothing in the barrels yet, but we'll get to it. Water! Yeah, love it. So we've got our grinding stone. Now I've started to get into, first we'll talk about Agricraft. This is my Agricraft water barrel. Wayla's off right now, but basically it holds, I think, 215,000 millibuckets, megabuckets, millibuckets, gotta be millibuckets. So it holds quite a bit. It also fills up more when it rains. You can manually take water and dump it in through a bucket or put it through a pump, which is what I did with the liquid transfer node. Whenever I need it to refill, which is irregularly right now because I've kind of shut it all off, but that little pipe, which looks like a stove pipe, which I thought was appropriate, you can basically hook it up and run it over to your water tank, so that's good. Yeah. So here we've got some of the tools that I need as a farmer, and then the biggest one that I think you use in Agricraft, at least as far as tools are concerned, is your spade, which your spade allows you to pick up live plants as is. I've got some 10-10-10 wheat and some 10-10-10 water chestnut, some 10-10-10 corn, and 10-10. No, this is belladonna's not up there yet, but it's close. So with Agricraft, basically you go in and you breed and crossbreed your plants and seeds. So you eventually get one better seeds, which, like for instance with this, boop, I got 4 wheat out of 1 harvest. So for a smaller farm or a more compact farm, it works a lot better. And then once you get certain things going, like in this instance, I'm not breeding anything right now, but water chestnuts bred with wheat will make belladonna. And then, of course, belladonna will get you up to mandrake, which is next, which I have somewhere around here. And then mandrake will get you, there's, I think snowbells is the next one, but there's several of them up there. Now, the magic tree is not, it's just not easy. Like, for instance, witchery. I thought, well, I just want to make some mutandis real quick. I want to go ahead and get some vines and mutate it and get it started going to make Spanish moss so I can make poppets and things. Just get stuff going just because. So I tried to do the NEI recipe, which doesn't work, and came over and looked at this recipe, and I don't even know what these things are that it doesn't tell you, and the wiki isn't telling me either. So I mean, this I got, and this I got. You know, this is well, I believe I've got mana steel, iron bars, no big deal. I'm thinking this is just a Thaumcraft node, little crystal thingy. But this maybe blocks from Thaumcraft. I don't know. This I don't know. You know, so basically what you have to do is you have to start with Thaumcraft, and you have to get Thaumcraft moved up. Use mana infusion to make great wood planks. You can't just break them. You have to actually, you have to put them in some mana, make your tables, get your wand, and then you just keep progressing to the point where you can get what you need to make alchemical furnaces, which I think is what is in that other recipe, to basically get onto witchery before you can start witchery. So it's all kind of rolled into one, and it makes it far more challenging, but it's fun. It's fun. Now again, I've got my Petal Apothecary moving out of Agricraft, which is a great mod, I think, especially if you like compact farms and breeding stuff like you do in, you know, forestry with bees and what have you. But so my Petal Apothecary got a fair number of plants and petals going on here. And then my mana pool. Oh, you're filling up fast, baby. So getting to an endoflame was difficult. The day blooms wither pretty quick, and if you have like 4 to 5, usually you'd have enough to fill up and make a new a regular mana pool as opposed to a diluted mana pool. I didn't. It took me, I think, 9 or 10, and they withered almost. I mean, they wither like in a day and a half or something. So, but eventually you do get endoflames, and of course you get endoflames. You go to a timer and go from there. This is the timer from some mod that I can't remember, Project Red Integration maybe, or something like that. Whatever it is, but it is a perfect timer as opposed to the Project Red Integration. Get off. It'll just bump a signal every, for me, I think it's 10 seconds with 4 of them. Yeah, every 10 seconds it drops one. The endoflames pick it up. I don't have any loss. And this is charcoal in here from my other things. Unfortunately, you can't make blocks of charcoal. You can make blocks of coal, and you can make blocks of sugar charcoal, but not just regular charcoal. So be that as it may, you can handle it. It's no big deal. But it's going to fill up your mana pool, and you're going to need that. So you just let that going. That's all I've got done in the magic areas so far. Yeah, I'm pretty boring, let me say. I liked this house. I wanted to build this house, and so it worked out well. Carpenter's blocks are looking good, I think. I've got more work to do on it. I'm probably not going to do anything else on it, but I'm not happy with it. It's kind of still way too blocky. And a trough here where you park your horse. So, yeah. Decocraft, obviously. One of my favorite little addition mods. I think Decocraft is fantastic. Slime farm. Putting up the palisade walls through here, I decided to move it forward. I may leave this one and have this as like an area where people would come in and park like their carriage or wagon. I don't know. But I'm looking at not quite a high-tech place, but definitely getting in just for looks, to get in a water wheel and a windmill and things like that, just to make it, just not let's just say we're getting out of the dark ages. So, but this is just a barn that I built. I have a great picture of a barn that I based this on, and boy, it's so much prettier than what this ended up being. The roof is leaves, which did not work out like I thought it was going to. It's not bad, but I ended up with too many of the same type of leaves on one side. I did something better on this side, I think. Started with, and I'm going to probably knock all this out at some point and make it, but this is a topiary grass that you get from seeds and seeds and dirt. So it's pretty simple. My fireplace isn't finished. Oh, it's getting dark. This area isn't finished, of course, so we've got some work to do, and the barn itself doesn't have anything in it. I don't even have windows yet, but again, work in progress. We've got the sheep and pigs going in here. I didn't have any cows locally that weren't already dead. There's a few more now, but they were all dead now. They were dead when I started bringing animals in, at least. Got a peach tree and a coconut tree and a cinnamon tree. Yeah, I love it. And then some dark oak I went and got because I wanted to start building with it, although the spruce in this mod pack looks pretty good. So I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. But I thought, like, on these corners, I would like dark oak better than this spruce plank. But I don't know. It looks pretty good. It's not horrible. It's not, it's not what other people are doing, but still. So yeah, this is it basically right now. So this is just still in the grind mode for me. I'm not fast. I think everybody that knows me knows that I am kind of a slow learner, or a slow mover at least. So it's going to be a little bit before I've really got anything. I mean, they will probably have moved on to another mod pack by the time I get stuff that I need. But I am going towards, again, the magic end of it. I think I like technology too, so I may do that. But the biggest thing that I need to get into is the tool forge, which is, in Tinker's Construct, which allows you to make your larger weapons, which is fantastic, like the lumber axe and the hammer and stuff. Requires seared bricks, no big deal. Tool station, no big deal. Dense refined iron plate. No, wait, they had one for Terra Steel. What happened to that? What happened to that other? Oh man, they had one that this was Terra Steel, and it's gone now. So maybe I'm gonna have to make a metal farmer and make. Oh man, I hope not. I'm sure that's just a little glitch. I'm sure they'll fix it. So yeah, so that's all I've been doing lately. Just a little bit of grindy grind. I'm gonna change probably most of the buildings in the village to be a little bit more my style, better roofing especially. I'm either going to remove this center thing completely, but more likely going to basically make it the center of the keep, and then put some walls up to it and things like that. Oh, thank you for sleeping, NanoCorp 2000. Oh, then he was shot getting out of bed. Oh, that's horrible. Oh man. So he got in bed, probably a sleeping bag, and then a skelly killed him. I'm sorry, man. I feel bad for you. But yeah, back to my world. Yeah, so we're basically going to get rid of this stuff. Going to incorporate it into kind of a medieval village. Basically, is what I'm going for. I'm not going to have a lot of buildings, and I'm not going to let my villagers out for a very long time. Because there's people that want to come around and kill them and put them in their smeltery for stuff. It's horrible. Horrible. Why would you do that? Yeah. Well, just so you know, I'm probably going to put a horse in my smeltery pretty soon, because that's what you do. Well, that's how you get glue, and you need your glue. Got to have glue to do your thing, right? Yeah, baby. So, not a lot going on right now. Still kind of just doing the grind, but have had a lot of fun on the server, and I'm really enjoying the people that I'm talking to and meeting. If you have the ability, I think it'd be a great investment for you. Come join us on the server. There's between 10 and 30 people fairly regularly. It's great. So, but we'll hope to see you when we do. Hope you guys are having fun, and a booba.